Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of the Huddersfield Town Career Mode. This is episode number 59, and today we're returning with the first two competitive games of the season as we take on Manchester United in the Community Shield and also face Arsenal as well in the Premier League season opener. There also might be one or two more signings and sales to do today as well, and also an academy update as well, so loads to get through today. Let's just get straight to it. We will of course start off with a recap though of the last episode as we always do, and of course the last episode was the season opener. And what a mixed season opener it was. We signed a Brazilian free agent to begin with, who has the exciting prospect tag, a 19-year-old defensive midfielder who looks really, really good, and that's why you've always got to check the free agents pool. But then, we lost the pre-season final for the first time in the series. We were beaten by RB Leipzig by a goal to nil, and that prompted a major change, because directly on the back of that loss, we made our biggest signing of the series so far, and brought in Michael Keane from Everton for £44 million. A huge signing, our most expensive signing of the series so far. So today, as we start off, the one thing we're going to do real briefly is go to the squad hub and change Michael Keane's shirt number. Because in the last episode, I asked you guys what number Michael Keane should wear, and he cost us £44 million. He's going to wear the number 4. That's what he wears for Everton. You guys voted for number 4, so thank you to everyone for voting in the poll. Michael Keane is our new number 4. And so as we're advancing through the calendar, we're starting off with a bid for Connor Chaplin here. Stoke want to take him for £12.3 million. Interesting bid this one from Mark Hughes' side, because of course Stoke was the first team that Connor Chaplin scored against when he joined us here at Huddersfield Town. But even though he's not in the first team right now, this guy is a really great impact squad player. So he's going nowhere and staying here. £12.3 million, not a bad offer there for a player that doesn't play that much. But we really like Connor Chaplin, the perfect impact sub. And another bid directly after that as well. Watford want to take Moses Odibarjo for £9.8 million, but again, another squad player that we really like, a great backup right back. Now we've got that Nigerian 6'7" right back with potential to be special. I'm not against letting Odibarjo go this season if we get a decent enough bid for him. So I might actually negotiate with the Hornets here, and whilst we do really like him, if we can get a lot of money, they can take him. So we are going to ask Watford for, let's go really pricey, £19 million. And if they want to give us 19 million, which is over double his valuation, they can take him to Vicarage Road. But I think it's going to walk out. No, okay, Marco Silva says 12.9 million. So that's still 4.9 mil over his valuation. But like, I really like this guy. He's never put a foot wrong ever since he's joined the club. A really great right back with a 4-star weak foot as well. Give us, let's play real hardball here because I really like him a lot. 18 million. If they'll give us that, 10 million over his current valuation right now, they can take him. And they're saying 13.7 million. No, it's not enough. Okay, one final negotiation. 17.5 million pounds. If you want to meet that, you can take what has been a great squad player for us these past 2 years. So 17.5 mil. The final offer we'll say to Watford, and they're saying no. Your revised fee for Odibarjo is still far too high. Marco Silva stormed off, and that's totally fine with me. I'd rather keep him here. Now, just real briefly on that bid there for Odibarjo, some of you guys might be wondering why I was asking for fees which, you know, seem a bit ridiculous and inflated, even in today's market, when there's such a low chance of the club saying yes. I always feel like it's worth doing if it's a player that's not indispensable to your team, but you still want to keep them anyway, because if they do want to meet a ridiculous transfer fee, then you're getting a real serious profit on the guy. But if they say no, what have you wasted? Nothing other than a few minutes of your time. So I always recommend negotiating, even if you have very little intention of selling. But also, Liverpool want to take Vitinha for 28.3 million, but this guy is indispensable. Vitinha's going nowhere. Our 5-star skiller in the cam role. We absolutely love this guy. He's Moses' bro. If this guy got sold, Moses would not be happy, and we need to keep the back-to-back Golden Boot winner as happy as he can be. And yet another transfer for a player that I don't want to sell. Malcolm is wanted by Schalke, and they want to take him to the Veltins Arena for £32.8 million. And whilst this guy wasn't, you know, unbelievable last season in his debut year, he is our second most expensive signing, and he still chipped in with a few goals and assists last season, so we're going to say no once again. But right now, we're getting bids for players that aren't on the transfer list. There's quite a few players that are on the transfer list or are on the loan list, but not a single bid is coming in for these players. And I said this before and I'll say it again, I find it so hard to loan out young players on this game. I just can't seem to do it. You just know now, next advance, there's going to be a bid for one of those players on the transfer list. You just know it's going to happen. I hope it does. But it doesn't. So we're still waiting then for a bid for one of our players on the transfer list. But there's 3 scouting updates plus a bid for Kachunga But why are you bidding for players we don't want to sell, man? Bid for one of the players on the transfer list. West Brom, now of course sacking Tony Pulis. Want to take Kachunga to the Hawthorns, but this guy's an amazing squad player. He's going nowhere. Gave him a new 4-year deal in the last season. I just want one bid for one of the players on the transfer list so we can get a little bit more cash. But 3 more scouting updates here, and what I'm going to do to speed this up is just show you any players we sign, but if we don't, then we'll just go straight through it. And there's one, Magnus Bergstrom, a Swedish right back who looks amazing, 59-69 overall with 85-94 potential. Get in my academy, young man. And that in the end was it. Just one player getting signed to the academies. Atletico Madrid have signed Virgil van Dijk. But now into the 1st of the month, the 1st of August, we are going to take a look at the academy update real briefly. So you can see the boys in the youth squad right now. I have to say, this academy looks so good. Fabian Kuhn, though, is going to get released straight away as he's not quite good enough. And Lundgren might go as well. Decent potential, and the overall's very good too, but not exactly the very best. Oscar M's looking a little bit worse for wear as well. I think I jinxed it. Oh, maybe not. Jonathan Turner, 82-92 potential with 63 overall. Very nice technicals there as well. And that right back who we just signed, Magnus Bergstrom, 63 overall, 85-94 potential. He looks absolutely amazing for the future. A left-footed right back as well, and the goalkeeper too. 2 awesome Swedes in our academy. Oscar Sjöberg as well. Looks really, really decent. I might give this guy a contract actually and see what he looks like. So I'm hoping for another potential to be special player. We've already got one goalkeeper that's got potential to be special. That is, of course, Sean Morris, who is our Cup and European goalkeeper. Wouldn't say no to another one, though. Oscar Sjöberg. And yes, indeed, he has potential to be special. Get in. A left-footed, 6'4" goalkeeper. Looks pretty cool. Low, medium work rate. And 2-star skill moves and a 3-star weak foot as well. And I really don't understand why in the squad hub you can't see the goalkeeping attributes for the goalkeeper. Like, what else are you going to want to see there other than the physical? So we'll take a look at his goalkeeping attributes then in the squad. But Oscar Sjöberg, the latest from an unbelievable academy graduate program. Let's take a look at his goalkeeping attributes. Oh, already 72 reflexes already at 16 years old, 68 diving, 67 kicking. The handling and positioning is a little bit low. We'll have to train that. But this guy looks like one for the future, and the acrobatic save style as well. 17 years old actually, not 16, but looks absolutely fantastic and definitely one to watch for the future. And also, just real briefly, noticing one of our players, our youth players we promoted last season, has now hit 60 overall as well. That is Adekunle, the physical beast, the Nigerian. So I want to take a look at him and what his potential is. Oh, he's on the loan list, but I'll quickly remove him from the loan list and find out. An exciting prospect. All right, so Darlington Adekunle, an exciting prospect with medium-low work rates, and another great academy graduate, man. Like, seriously, I tell you, like, we have so many youth players in this squad. I know some of you might think we've got a bit too many here, and I'm trying to loan them out. I really am. You've seen the loan list, but there's just so many awesome talents. And for me, the best part of career mode is youth talent and youth players as well. So I'm fine having so many of them. I love how good our future's looking. But come on, lads. Seriously, let me loan out a player. Oh, not Sessegnon. If you're going to put a loan bid in, do it for one of the players we're trying to loan out. Aston Villa want to take Sessegnon, our first choice left back to Villa Park. That's not going to happen. He's 78 rated and been in the first 11 since midway point in season 1. But there is a transfer offer for Jespersen though, and this is a guy on the transfer list right now. Sheffield United, who also signed one of our other youth academy talents last season, want to take him for 770 grand. So the Blades know what they're doing. The Blades know we're producing a lot of good young talents. They want to take another one, 770 grand, under his valuation, but I'll take it. He's on the transfer list, he can leave. And here we go, finally. Ask and you shall receive. Another bid for one of our players. Bournemouth want to take Lorenzo Sala for 1.6 mil. Now, he's actually on the loan list, not the transfer list, I do believe. But this is a free agent Italian striker we picked up with 5-star skills. Very quick and a decent little squad player, but we've got enough depth here already in the striker role and just enough players here in the squad. So if he wants to leave, he can leave. I'll accept that bid, and it's now up to Salah. Here we go. Here we go. Ask and you shall receive. A loan offer from Preston for Moses Kuti. They want to take him to Deepdale, and that's totally fine with me. A very good, young, versatile fullback that can play on either side. But again, we don't have much use for him right now, so if he wants to leave, that's totally fine. We'll do the negotiation so we can get the wage split sorted as well to give it the best chance of going through. But finally, starting to get loan offers and transfer offers as well for players on the loan list and the transfer list. It took enough time, so we are totally fine with with the 1-year loan that they're offering, and they want a 40 and 60% split, and that's totally fine with me. Again, I'm struggling to loan out players, and some of you guys have said you got to make sure you either delegate or negotiate to make sure it has the best chance of going through. So if we've got to negotiate to do the wage split as well, I'm totally fine doing that. So Kuti should be off on loan, hopefully, and that's the first of many that will leave on loan this season, hopefully. And there's confirmation, Jespersen has been sold to Sheffield United, 770 grand, under his valuation, but it was fine letting him go as he got a better young talent in that similar position. So Jespersen gone, hopefully Salah will lead to Bournemouth soon as well, and Kuti will go out on loan to Deepdale. Yeah, we're making progress.
There is nothing like a final of a cup competition. We've got a great one here, I'm sure. All the signs are good, all the omens are good, the teams are certainly very good, and the players involved as well. We're moments away, join us for the kickoff, and it's live.
So jumping into the first game of today's episode, Manchester United in the Community Shield, and heading into this game, we are making changes to the formation and the personnel like we talked about at the end of last season and in the last episode as well. I asked you guys for suggestions on what system we play, and Sax Hogg said play a 3-5-2, gave me a lineup suggestion. We're going to go with mostly that team as well, but a couple of changes. Morris will be in goal, a back three of the Great Dane, Keane making his debut, and Twansby, with Davis and Amati at the Sisto's on the left, the Ox is on the right, and Vitinho will be our cam, with Bradley King, who should be starting most of our games this season, starting up top alongside Moses. And as for the Manchester United team here at Wembley, they're going with De Gea in goal, a back four of Digne, Rojo wearing the armband, Lindelof and Henriks, of Regan Paul and Nemanja Matic the DMs, Pereira on the left, who grows so well in this year's career mode, Jesse Lingard on the right, who loves playing at Wembley, and Christian Eriksen, the attacking midfielder, supporting Romelu Lukaku, who leads the line for the Red Devils today. So Community Shield, our first ever. Let's go get the trophy, let's get the win, and start this season off on a high and put the terrible pre-season final loss behind us, and firmly behind us.
Well, he's looked, the manager, at what they need in the transfer market, and he's decided that a strong central defender is what's required, and here he is making his debut.
Yeah, they conceded 1 or 2 sloppy goals, I thought, last season particularly. And in an effort to stop that, he brings in this player who might just be able to plug some gaps.
Either side starting off this game well so far, 38 minutes in. Here's Paul crossing to the middle, and Michael Keane, his first real involvement is to get the ball clear, and Davis gives it to Morris, and will pass out from the back. So much talent on show right now, but we're yet to see it displayed, really. Maybe we can change that here with the Ox sent down the right-hand side, give him more of an attacking role in this team by Sax Hogg, as he takes it around his man, gets inside, rolls it in to Moses. Simon, oh, just wide of the post, so unlucky. Been a better team in his first half, not by much, but that'll do it for the first 45 minutes. Still tied at 0-0, and for a team that last year scored 77 goals in the season, I've got to say I'm quite concerned by this. 2 games now, but 1.5 games, still no goals scored. That needs to change. Well, this is a battle between last year's top 2, and I've got to say neither team has showed anywhere near enough quality in this match, as we're still deadlocked here. But here's Christian Eriksen finding space. What a big block by Philip Billing. Dane on Dane, as we get the danger away, and now Vitinho finds King, and maybe a chance to win the game here. King through to Vitinho. Vitinho with 1 man to beat. It's Paul Pogba, takes it round him. It's Vitinho. Oh! Wide of the post, our first proper chance of the half, and the Brazilian can't hit the target. Still 0-0. We're heading to penalties. It's just been that sort of game. Well, that'll do it then. 0-0 the final score. A really poor hour and a half's worth of football here at Wembley, and we are heading to a penalty shootout. I'm not the best at penalties, either scoring them or saving them, so not feeling too confident heading into this shootout, but that's the situation. We've got to keep our nerve if we are to claim the Community Shield for the first time. And thank goodness I decided to play the Arsenal game today as well, because this was nowhere near good enough for an episode. 0-0 with just 1 shot on target and 8 shots taken in total. A really drab affair, but here we go, it's penalties. Should we make any changes to the lineup or leave it as it is? I think I'd rather have King in that starting 5. He's got the same penalty rating for Twansby and Amati, but better finishing as well. So, oh, where's Moses? Moses normally takes out penalties as well, so we'll put both of those in. We'll take out Kachunga. He'll be our sixth man of the year. It's our 6th penalty taker, and we'll go with that starting 5 then. So here we go, penalties. And let's see if we can put the ball in the back of the net from 12 yards in the shootout, unlike in the first 90. So Vitinho will take our first. We're going to go to the top right. Can we start off with a goal? Yes, we can. Anthony Martial next, and he sends Morris the wrong way. 1-1. Honestly, out of the format, isn't it? I always forget that. Romelu Lukaku will take the next one then. And it's the Belgian against Morris. Same corner, or different. No, same corner, beat the post. And that means now we can take the lead. Aaron Moy going to go to the left-hand side. Can the Aussie put us 2-1 up? Oh, no, De Gea, what a save. Even in penalties we're rubbish, aren't we? We go to the same corner though. Malcolm to the top left again. Malcolm gets De Gea, and this time we find the back of the net. Paul Pogba against Sean Morris. Are they going to go to the left-hand side for the third time? I think he's going to put this down the middle. And no, he went to the left, but he missed it. 2 penalties in a row Manchester United have missed. Matic next. They're always going to the left-hand side. This time they'll change it, surely. No, they're always going to the left. Well, if they're going to go to the left, we'll keep going to the left. Moses next, who scored every single penalty he's taken so far, doesn't miss that one. And that means now, I think, Bradley King can win us the shootout and win us the Community Shield as well. I'm going to change it up, go to the top right. It's King against David De Gea, and Bradley King has won us the Community Shield. Huddersfield Town claimed their first ever Community Shield. It wasn't a great display. It was a terrible 90 minutes. We've done it on the shootout, and Bradley King has won us the silverware. Even the penalties weren't exactly great, but Bradley King sends David De Gea the wrong way and gives us our first ever Community Shield. And after losing the pre-season final, I felt we just had to win this one. It wouldn't have been that big of a blow how we lost it, but we needed to start off on a high. We needed something to rejuvenate ourselves on the back of that loss, heading in to the first game against Arsenal. So Community Shield 1, we collected our first ever. Not a great game, but silverware, that's the most important thing. So Philip Billing will lift it aloft alongside Sean Morris then. And we are indeed the Community Shield winners, so pleased enough with that, but I tell you, those 90 minutes, they were really, really poor in terms of action, man. There was so little going on. And I'll struggle to create any highlights package from that. It was very poor. Man of the match, though, I think I will give it to Tawansby at the back, who did defend quite well for us. And to be fair, whilst we weren't too good with the 3-5-2 and going forward, defensively we were really good. The Great Dane played well. Keane played well on his debut as well, as did Tawansby, who will claim man of the match. However, there is a bit of bad news after the game, because Moses Kuti has rejected his loan move to Preston, and thus they've pulled out negotiations. And I read the subreddit FIFA Careers, I read the comments, I've been seeing other YouTubers the same problem as me. Loaning out players and just in general selling players in this year's FIFA is really difficult due to the new transfer system, because transfer negotiations break down like 60% of the time. It's really frustrating. So Kuti in the end won't be leaving to Preston on loan, and it'll still be staying here. But there, right on cue. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? Right on cue, there is a player to get sold. Lorenzo Salah's off to Bournemouth then, when the game decides to stop, for £1.6 million. And we'll keep a close eye on Salah's career as well. 5-star skills, showing great potential. And I think with Bournemouth as well, as we know, we've got a really good attack in this game, under Eddie Howe. He'll be a really smart little pickup for them. So I'm going to keep a close eye on his career and see how he gets on there at the Vitality. So second and final game today, Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League season opener, and this should be a much better game than the Community Shield. At least that's what me and Foxy are seriously hoping for. Arsenal lining up in a 5-2-3 and a very threatening trio up top as well, with Sanchez on the left, Quincy on the right, and Lacazette their striker as well. And we know now, got to stick tight to him, can't give him space. And as for our team, well, sticking with the 3 at the back, but what an interesting formation and lineup this is. We've got Hudson in goal, back 3 of Billing, Keane, and Tawansby is wearing the captain's armband, because I forgot to give it to Billing pre-game. Davis and Marty in the middle, but Sisto on the left, Malcolm on the right, and then King and Vitinho, our attacking midfield duo, both supporting Moses, who leads the line in a really top-heavy formation. Attack is our speciality, so let's go prove it. Win the opening day and score our first goal of the season. I say goal, should really be goals with this sort of setup. But either way, just getting a goal, hitting the back of the net. I just want to see it happen. And also our first win of the season, preferably too, as Dalbert goes down the left-hand side. The worry, though, in this game is that Arsenal will score quite a few goals themselves, because they have got such a really good front 3. And with us having no fullbacks or wingbacks, and wingers that won't contribute on defence, this is going to be a concern playing this setup. I'm not sure we'll play it for the entire season. Arsenal 1-0 up, Sancho with the finish, and what a terrible start.
pass
We've
early
seen
on.
a goal today, but it's come for the wrong team, sadly, as Amati finds Davis. Can we try and respond here, though, with a handsome man on the ball? Got Vitinho with him. I'll give it to him. Vitinho gives it him back. Will Davis sets himself and fires it into the back of the net. And this is why I said, at the end of last season, we need to make sure that both Davis and King are in our first 11. We can't afford to have both of them on the bench. We need them both in our starting 11. Will Davis to Vitinho, gets it back. A couple of 1-2s to start today's game off. And a really nice finish by Davis into the bottom corner. 1-1 and we respond. And what a lovely goal by the handsome man. And they hit us with the 1-2. We'll hit them with the 1-2. Back on level terms. Quinty's free kick up in the air. And that should be Sisto's to control. And it is. And we should be able to pass out from the back pretty casually here with a good set of defenders that know how to keep the ball on the ground and retain possession. Malcolm to Moses, has King with him, wants to take it himself here. Moses, round one. Now he'll release Bradley, storming down on goal. Bradley takes his time, sets himself and fires it into the back of the net. And what did I just say? What did I just say? We need Bradley, King and Will Davis in this team because the academy graduates are no longer bench players. They're no longer reserve players. They're first team players and important ones as well. 2-1, we turn the game on its head and it is the youth boys that have done it for us. Moses to King, takes it round his man and levers one at the near post. 2-1 to the Terriers. I love these boys, I really do. Well, the second half begins. We only had 2 proper attacks, but we scored from both of them as we turned the game on its head. Our general play in this formation has not been that great. Arsenal dominated possession as you would expect, but for us it's been quite a poor game so far. We still find ourselves in front, and I guess that's the most important thing. As Sanchez on the ball goes down the right hand side and is tackled by Billing, well done, and now a chance on the break. And every time we get the ball we're going to push the pace and go forward because we've got numbers when going forward. Davis finds Moses, gives it to Bradley who gives it him back, and Moses has the pace and has the space as well, comes through, finds Malcolm, this for 3-1. Malcolm, oh, should have been 3-1. We are almost there, but the game is not over yet. 5 minutes to go. Cannot afford to throw away these 3 points here. Amati through to Kachunga just off the bench. And we could have racked the points up here. Kachunga is storming clear down the right. There's so many men to aim for. Surely he's going to pick out a navy shirt. And what is Moses who volleys it in? A lovely goal. And that will do it. He said, mate, come on. I'm the golden boot winner here. I know I want to get Bradley and Will Davis some goals this season, but don't forget who the star is. Moses with the finish. A lovely volley. 3-1 to the Terriers and points in the bag. Oh, get in. Travelling fans absolutely loving it. And Kachunga off the bench, storms down the right, floats one to Moses, who held his run perfectly. And that is a lovely little volley there. Perfect technique on the left foot. And Paul Lopez has no chance as it goes right into the bottom corner. 3-1, our first win of the season. 3 goals as well. And maybe playing a 3 at the back formation is what we should do. And there it is. Final score at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Huddersfield 3. We had to come from behind to get it. But whilst we know we can never defend, one thing we can always do is score goals. 3 in match day 1. Davis, King and Moses with the goals. I think the best way of putting that is that we were lethal and clinical. Arsenal may have had 2 more shots, but 1 fewer on target. They had the lion's share of possession as you would expect, but 3 of our 4 shots on target found the back of the net. And when you've got a front 5 now that have got such great finishing ability, you've got to expect clinical finishes, otherwise you'll be very disappointed. So 3-1 the final score. I thought every one of those front 5 played really well. King got a goal, Vitinho got an assist. Obviously we saw Will Davis as well playing in the CM area get a goal too, which was our first goal of the season. I will go to Moses though for getting the assist for King's goal and also the lovely volley as well that helped us get the 3 points. So that will end today's episode of the Huddersfield Town Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and a little channel out as well. Much love to each and every single one of you. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Huddersfield Town Career Mode very soon. Bye.